So babysitters and stabbers, right? Sitters, babysitting and stabbing. I had it right the first time. Babysitters and stabbings. Right where a 10-year-old is within the home as a stabbing is taking place, right? The individual above my head, right? Not knowing why he stabbed the mother, right? Not knowing because a drug was involved, right? That's why I'm in question of what did he see or what did he hear. I'm gonna ask that later. Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery Channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery Channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as an ID Go app. You might want to get those two things, combine them, make them into one, and I'm a Discovery influencer. That's indeed a fact. So, babysitter took the life of a mother. All occurred, the stabbing, when a 26-year-old, he looks older than 26, right? He ate a marijuana cookie. Right, with the mother. You're sitting there chilling, right, with the mother, and you guys are sharing a marijuana. That's to ask. You would also ask, what more was? Is there anything else that was in the cookie, right? Besides just marijuana, I'm sure there had to have been something, right? For him not to, because I stated in the beginning of the video, he didn't know why he in fact stabbed her. He stabbed her to death, right? Him not knowing why, that points to that marijuana cookie, as in what all could it have been laced with, right? If it had been laced with anything, right? Not everybody responds to certain drugs the same, right? Some people become paranoid, some people hear voices, some people pass out, some people it's all type of issues people encounter, right? So the babysitter, right? The victim was 41-year-old Elizabeth Bennett Leonard. She died, as I stated. Lavarius Watson is the 26-year-old who took the life of the mother I mentioned, right? He stated his reason for stabbing her, right? He himself stated it was a reaction, right, of an adverse reaction, right, to the marijuana, which led to him stabbing her 5 times, because it could have been worse, right? You're stabbing somebody and you stab her 5 times and she just dies from 5 times of being stabbed, right? When somebody is on some marijuana or something like that, right? If it is laced with something, sometimes you think the stabbings would have been more, right? Because I said people hear voices, see things, right? That's why I'm wondering why it was only 5 times. When he stabbed her, it must have been a hard stabbing or something, right? For her to just die that 5 times, right? I was gonna say, frail body, right? Not everybody's body is able to withstand wounds, right? Being stabbed 5 times, right? 10-year-old was within the home as the stabbing was taking place. I said that in the opening, right? The 911 call picked up the stabber, right? Picked him up on the call crying. So that's to say there is something, or had to have been something, right? Because if that was the intentions of, say, killing her, right, would he or would he have not? Some people fake like they're crying, right, once they know they're going to jail, right? But something about this situation doesn't seem right. It sounds like to me he as if he were one of those people that say, tried the cookie or something, right? It was mixed with something extra, right? And the situation turned out in which he said, because to be crying on a 911 call, you'd question if they were enemies, right? If you're enemies, would you be sitting eating a marijuana cookie together, right? Some of that stuff be real potent. It just do. That's why I would love to know, as he was eating the cookie, say, a few minutes later, half hour later, however long it took for all to go within his system, how did he in fact feel? How was he feeling? Because usually marijuana gives you that real detached feeling, right? Not everybody hangs good with that feeling real detached and stuff like that, right? That's a negative response. It has been by many people, even back in the 70s, right? How some people try it. Well, I'm going to try some marijuana and then never touch it again because you feel so far away. And then asking, questioning, how many times, say, have he tried marijuana? Because even for some people, their first time, even if it's a cookie or pudding or whatever, right? Sometimes it's negative, their first time trying something, right? So he's being held without bail, right? That not knowing why he stabbed the victim, that will always that will always be, because I'm sure a psychologist or whatnot, or a psychologist or someone had to have been involved, as in talking to him about what all occurred, because that will even dictate to his jail time. What were you seeing and what were you hearing as you were ingesting whatever was in that? That's why I really don't. I mean, each person is different when it comes to drugs, but that's why I really don't get too involved. Or my thing is, if you're gonna be taking stuff like that, grow it yourself or something. Don't just be getting marijuana cookies off the street, or just, the volume in it. That might have been the thing. That's what keeps coming back to me. The potency of it. Potency of marijuana and marijuana cookies, right? Within the body. Because even that's based upon body weight too. Did he eat that day, right? Did he eat before trying the cookie or taking the cookie, ingesting the cookie? Did he eat that day, right? Did he drink anything else with it? Could something else have been in his system that interacted with it, right? But that's why I keep seeing is the potency, right? Volume of it. So depending on the situation, as in the judge and prosecutor and all the rest, how much jail time could he be facing with that? They probably won't sentence him long. Never know, right? They could look at it possibly as a what is it? That's not an accidental overdose, is not, right? But you're trying something. He might say he tried it, right? He might say, well, it wasn't something that I do often, but I tried it, right? If he had a drug history of something, right? What other drugs have you been involved with or did take on that same day or day before, right? Pills, medications can interact, yeah, with that as well, right? The interactions between combination of drugs, right? But something about that doesn't seem right. It just doesn't. We're on investigationdiscovery.com. The ID logo stands in the far left corner. Live now. Relatively evil. New episodes. Signs of a psychopath. Because some of that stuff, depending on, who's baking what, right? Like these days, more marijuana nowadays is laced with all types of things, right? It's not like it used to be back like in the 70s or Woodstock and all the rest. Now they put real hardcore type stuff in it, and you don't be knowing. LSD, PCP, right? And I'm sure they did a drug screening on him or something like that. They had to have when they took him into custody to see, well, is there something else? PCP. Because PCP is another one of those that's, will make you be have you end up doing all type of stuff. Some people is able to handle PCP, other people not so much, right? LSD, PCP, right? Some harder than that, right? Not everybody's able to withstand that stuff. You start seeing all type of colorful things, and yeah. ID Go original series, that's when it gets terrifying, when you start seeing things. To receive a newsletter from Investigation Discovery, type your email address in and click next, and you'll in fact receive that. So dear viewers, let me know what you think and feel about the video. May you enjoy your day, and I in fact enjoy mine, and I'm going for now. 1